Hey everyone, Bladen's is Usudan. This is my 21st review on this channel, and that is of Dot Hack Sign. Dot Hack Sign. Where can I start with this? Yeah, that the reason why I keep saying in this review in particular, it's I'm a huge fan of Dot Hack. If you haven't already realized, my avatar picture is of Dot Hack from Haseo's Dot Hack GQ. But I am a huge diehard fan of Dot Hack. I've always been a fan of it. I've loved the books for it, the light novels. I love the manga. I've loved the anime. I love the video games for it. But I've recently had to rewatch Dot Hack Sign because I haven't watched it since I was a kid. And I'll tell you right now, it's a show that has not aged very well. Dot Hack Sign is a story about our main character on the right, not Haseo. Ooh, that's a bad mistake. I'm sorry. Tsukasa. The very far right is Tsukasa, who he finds himself logged into the game The World, an MMORPG that uses virtual reality components. But Tsukasa can't log out of the game. And if this sounds like Sword Art Online, I'll tell you right now, that's because this came out before Sword Art Online. I've had some people say, oh, Dot Hack rips off Sword. No, this came out many, many years before Sword Art Online. So, if Sword Art Online ripped off anyone, it's Dot Hack. But that's in its own its own argument. But Tsukasa can't log out, and in many ways, I think Tsukasa doesn't want to log out. He loves. This is where the concept of how much do you love an MMO comes into play, where our main character is so much in love with this game that exiting out to the real world is almost more painful than staying in the game forever. But soon he's going to learn that this game is not a game per se. There's a lot of things that are going to affect the real world if he doesn't stop it with his cast of friends over there in the back. I'll tell you right now, though, Dot Hack has always been a show that hasn't known how to handle the whole VR MMORPG concept very well. It tries to kind of blend in video game and real world as concepts, but sometimes fails. And I think Dot Hack Sign, though, is, for a show that's from 2000, or even I think earlier, no, yeah, from 2000, I apologize. It's a show that has not aged well in everything. I kid you not. The animation's okay, but the story is very, very fucking boring. I cursed, I'm sorry, but it's very true. It's very boring. There are moments where you will watch this show and just go, wow, I don't know how much more I could watch this show. How much more can I take of this show? And I felt like that recently. And I'm a huge fan of Dot Hack, so for me to say that kind of says something about the show, I believe. And that's why I'm going to give this a C minus. I'll tell you that right now. If A through F, it gets a C minus. I'm giving it the credit of it being an older show. It did come out in the early 2000s, but I think even back then I was a kid and I was kind of bored of the show. It's not what got me into Dot Hack. When I got into Dot Hack, I got into it from the PS2 games. Dot Hack Infection, Mutation, etc., etc. Dot Hack Sign was always that show that I watched, and I kind of liked it, but I kind of more so hated it because it was more. This show has a lot of talking. There's a lot of time where it's just no action, just them talking, and that wouldn't be But that wouldn't be a problem if the characters talked on a more personal level or said stuff that was, how should I say, more interesting. But a lot of times they repeat themselves. These characters are full of repeats. That, Tsukasa will talk about him being stuck in the world a good 1,000 times. Even by episode like 10, he's going to say, oh, I'm stuck in this world. Everyone knows already. He's famous for being the character that can't log out, supposedly, from the game. So, it's a show that I think does not age very well, but even then probably wasn't that great. And, for that, again, I give it a C minus. Would I say watch it? If you have nothing else to do, watch it. If you want to see how boring it is, watch it. But I say for a recommendation other than this, watch Dot Hack Roots. That's a lot better. That does something very similar where there's a lot of talking, but the talking is more relevant, it's more interesting, and has more emotion to it. I will say, though, that if you are a Dot Hack enthusiast or trying to get into the show or the series, you do need to watch this at some point, or at least read up on the story, because this is where it starts in the whole kind of plot of it. This is the beginning plot. Everything else, the games, the light novels, etc., followed later. And so if you don't watch this, or at least have a general idea of what this is, you won't understand the rest of the source material. But anyways, guys, that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out. I say that every video, but I kind of have to. But anyways, till our paths cross again in the next review, have a good one, everyone. Bye.